part of your communication and the way you obviously are is your part of your upbringing. You know, being brought up with an actual father that said, don't go around causing trouble, don't start the actual trouble, is giving an actual discipline. Having a father that used to say, well, work out who's good or evil, you know, read people's obviously reactions. It's not obviously being oversensitive. It's basically learning to not be naive. Because if they pretend to be your friend, then basically you'll be the one standing there naive of a victim of crime and giving too many chances. And where you're going with an actual family tree in a public appearance to do with an actual royal cousin tree with shared royal ancestors with the royal family, and technically it's like you didn't take it on board. You know, everything that I know I've always passed down to my daughters, and it's up to them to follow the procedure. It's not just a normal tree that's obviously like, you know, just come from a council estate. My family tree is from an own property, middle class background, sport and entertainment, and I'm not being snobby. Right, there is always going to be a difference between an own property and a council house. Right, you know, if you wasn't obviously brought up in a council house, you wasn't even bred that way, and you'll be brought up with a lot more manners from an own property, business, educated sport background. You will know how to read people's reactions if they are being good or evil. You'll be using your instinct and intuition at that. And so many situations you come across, you will get wiser, you will get quicker with your reactions, and you'll know how to react on a bad situation. And this is it. This is about using your intuition and stopping yourself from obviously coming in danger. And it's like if somebody's been evil to you, the way that they've spoke to you, do not give them a second chance. Right? Because, you know, if you know Queen Elizabeth II well, then she would have obviously wanted it positive in a public appearance. And the thing is, what's obviously been let down is the fact you've got family members obviously in mental health, and you think it's okay to obviously give legal papers and everything. No, it's not okay. You know, you don't obviously treat her cousin tree like that, love. It's, you know, so something is obviously a high standard. It's got to be a good reputation. You know, it's like the things that you were brought up with in the fact of parenting and various things like that, you're going to pass to the next generation. You know, this is it. After time, you have to work out who's good and evil, who you're going to give a second chance. You're not going to stand there looking naive. And to be honest with you, you're not going to be a person that's going to be getting trapped into so much criminal sort of thing that in a sense, right, the bottom line is you end up a lot of like criminal sort of like activity against you being a victim of crime. It's not going to happen, you know. At the end of the day, you become stronger, wiser to these situations, and you'll not fall for the trick. So who says the fact that, you know, gaining 3 levels of education is your intelligence, whereas some of which that have gained 3 levels of education don't even enter half as much of the situation, don't even learn to use their intuition when they do fall into, like, you know, situations. And in that, it all comes down to life experiences. Life experiences that obviously, like, you know, put you in a predicament to be in situations and to using your instinct all the time. And the actual instinct is to read who is a good person, who is a bad person. You know, if they've been evil to you, don't give them a second chance. Don't be a victim of crime all the time. You can only guide your children in the right direction. And important is if a family tree is in a public appearance with sport and entertainment, there's one thing I will say to you. It's you that's keeping a good reputation for the tree. Stop setting people up when I already know the actual knowledge. Stop treating people stupid and dumb. It's not going to work, right? The bottom line is that, you know, you'll keep yourself to yourself. You will have your own circle of friends. You will work it out for yourself. You will stop yourself from coming in danger and hanging around with dangerous people. Right? This is about using intuition and instinct. This is not all about gaining 3 levels of education and I'm obviously intelligent. Don't be so clever, right? Sport comes into it, your physical side. Your speed comes into sport, right? The bottom line is that basically you need to work out yourself, right? The bottom line is you've got to look after yourself, look after number one, use your instinct, intuition, work out who is good and evil, and do not give them a second chance. You do not deserve a second chance.